Saw you when I entered the floor. Instant attraction, I need more. You got something I'm longing for. Come with me and we will
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Shiz and Giggles. My name is Christine. I will be your host for today. And today we have our two lovely co-hosts. We have Miss Casey.
Hello. How's everybody doing today?
Hello, Casey. How's your week been?
My week has been really busy, but really good. Thank you for asking. How about you?
That's good. It's been also busy, midterms week, you know how it is. And we also have Miss Weesam. How's Miss Weesam doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. How was your week?
Busy as well. I'm with you there. It's a busy time of the year, but powering through, and I'm loving it. So
that's great. It's definitely getting chillier, and I, for one, love chillier weather. I love fall festivities, and that is the topic for today. So a lot of people look forward to the chillier weather and fall-flavored drinks and food, I personally love it. I'm literally going apple picking this weekend. I'm so excited. I love like pumpkin spice. I love apple cider, everything about it. So, Sam, do you like fall? And if so, what do you like about it?
I love the fall. It's like the perfect weather. I feel like it just fits with like my style of fashion, and also just like it feels although it's colder outside, it just feels like warmer because you get to see people more, and at a safe distance with COVID, of course. But I feel like I get closer to my family during the fall, interestingly enough. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I mean, I just feel closer to my family in general during like the holiday season, which is like another reason why I love fall and like winter. The colder seasons are so nice because it's like holiday season's coming up. There's always something to look forward to. There's always like a reason to get cozy and like sweaters and stuff. It's so nice. And Casey, how do you feel about fall? And if you like it, then what do you like about it?
Personally, I love fall. I'm one of those people. So a couple of reasons why I like it. One, my birthday is in the fall, so that's always fun. So I get to celebrate like, hey, I'm alive. That's awesome. I made it another year. Also, I'm really warm-blooded in general. Like I'm always hot, so yeah. So having the weather be at like 60 and 50 is amazing. So, and also, like you said, Christine, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan per se, but I do love when like Starbucks is starting to get like the peppermint mochas out, and then my heart just sings a little bit. And also, Sam, relating to like family getting closer, I feel like fall in general and like the autumn season is kind of like a little like a preview of what Christmas is going to be like, and it's kind of like preparing everybody to like get closer with their families and spend more time with them. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys have had it. McDonald's used to have this hot chocolate. It was like peppermint hot chocolate or like white mocha hot chocolate, something like that. It was so good. I would literally get like a small cup every Friday, and one time I dropped it all over my whole like kitchen table, and my dad was so mad because he literally like went out to buy it for me, and he saw me like spill it, and he was like, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I appreciate it. Anyways,
oh no.
Going on with our fall topic, as we said before, it's been midterm week, and all three of us are college students. So this time of year is normally super busy, especially like every professor is like, oh, like my class is the most important. You have to study the hardest at least 6 hours every day for my class and only my class. But we also have like 6 other classes. So everyone's busy. Everybody gets a lot of stuff like piled onto them. Oh, and I guess like, especially if you're like us and you have like internship or work, you also get like more work to work on that doesn't have to do with grades and stuff. So speaking of work, recently we had our most recent event, which was ProcureCon, and it was yesterday. It was very good, very successful. I wasn't there, but I heard very great things about it. And coming up at the end of the month, or towards the end of the month, we have Dominion Energy's Convergence 2020, which is a supplier diversity event, which is very exciting. And in the next month, so in November, I believe November 16th, we have the Virginia Inclusion Summit, which is a very exciting event also coming up. So be on the lookout for those. Anyways, Wissam, how has your midterms week been going?
Definitely interesting and busy. I think in the PR sequence, we don't have as many traditional midterms, but it's a lot of more projects right now and more. We have a few tests, but there's a lot happening, and I think it's like this time where I'm like really grateful for to-do lists, or otherwise it would just be chaos. And even though it's been busy, I love when I'm busy, and I love like when I'm able to keep going with my energy. So I've been enjoying it, and I'm really looking forward to our upcoming events and continuing work here. Yeah, how about you guys?
Casey?
So personally with midterms, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a journalism major, specifically on the broadcast track. So I've had a lot of projects due this week and last week. So definitely this week and last week, I felt a lot of pressure, but hey, it's the end of the week. So time to rest during the weekend. And also when it comes to midterms, that is just like totally the time where I just want to climb into my favorite sweatshirt, my favorite sweatpants, and just be all cozy. And then work and school and life is like, no, you need to get up and get dressed. So, but something I do also to add on to like our last point, I know we did switch topics, but something to add on that I really do love about fall, I actually live in hoodies. Like I don't wear anything else outside of like when I have to dress up for work or for any other events. I mean, technically, can't really do events because of COVID, but for online events, and for everything else in life, I always am wearing a hoodie. And yeah. So that's how my midterm week is going.
That's good. I literally just bought 2 new hoodies over the weekend because I was like, I'm working now. It's getting cold. I deserve it.
I'm personally more of a crew neck kind of girl.
Oh, true.
I will buy crew necks, so many of them. And I know we moved on from like our favorite things about fall, but really it's like the fall fashion. Everything looks so good. And the colors, so beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I love fall fashion. I just love layering stuff because then it's like if you go to someone's house and you have on like a sweater and then it gets too hot, so you take it off and they're like, oh my God, you changed outfits. I'm like, no, I just had this on underneath. Like,
yes.
I'm just that fashionable. It's fun.
Yeah. No, I literally I love wearing layers because I also grew up somewhere where it's like typically in the 60s and the 50s a lot. So I was always used to wearing like a jacket and a t-shirt or whatever. And like you said, Christine, it's so fun. And you could just do so much more with it. Like in the summer, you're kind of limited to just like either like a tank top and shorts or maybe like a t-shirt and shorts. But with winter, you could put on a flannel, you could do a jean jacket, you could do a leather jacket, whatever you want. And it's fun.
Yeah, it's also fun. I also love like being in Richmond because I can just try out all these like super weird, quirky outfits and like nobody will care. Nobody will stare at me. But if I'm back home, I'm going to get a lot of questions. But if I'm here, I don't care. I am fearless.
I agree with you there. I think it's really awesome how everyone's like fall fashion in Richmond everyone just dresses how they want to dress and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's also kind of like the beauty of college as well. I mean, when we were in person, there was always like a good mix of like people who dressed up really nice because that's something they love and that's something they wanted to do versus people who are like me and wanted to show up in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. So that's also really, and especially like also adding on to that, Richmond is such like a great place to really just be yourself and do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel that. Like when I went to classes, at first I like didn't care because I went to Catholic school my whole life, so I was used to like literally wearing the same thing every day. But then my freshman year, I was like, oh, people wearing high heels to class? Oh no, let me step up my game. So then by my sophomore and junior year, I was like flexing every single class. So now I just flex from the top up in my classes.
I love it. I have to say that, even though it gets really busy during the fall for everyone, being in a place like Richmond, to add on to your point, Casey, even though it might be busy, you have the opportunity to sort of do some self-care, whether it's like walking around in a park or going for a jog or meeting up with friends socially distanced to just like say hi. There's always opportunities, even though it might get so busy. And I just think that it's so wonderful to be in a place like this. And that's like one of the things I love the most about fall, especially walking around campus. And it's like the leaves are everywhere. And, I'm like stressed running to class or like running to a midterm or something. But there's always that opportunity where I can just kind of like step back and just take it all in,
Yeah, no, especially the walking aspect. So I personally am somebody, I like grew up in a city, I walk everywhere. And actually, last weekend, I went on a walk by myself because I was just like, I need to get out of the house. It's a beautiful day. It was like high 60s, low 70s. And I actually went walking around a very famous site near VCU, which is the Hollywood Cemetery. And it was the best time ever. I was just listening to my music, jamming out, walking up and down the hills, looking around. So, yeah, we've completely gone off topic, but it's okay because we love fall and we love taking long walks across campus.
Yes.
Honestly, this is like the time that I do the most self-care because I'm like, oh, it's cold. Let me just put on some cozy socks. Oh, hot chocolate. Don't mind if I do. Let me just do a face mask too. Oh my God. Holiday movies, you betcha.
Yeah, speaking of holiday movies, what are your guys' favorite holiday movies?
For Halloween, I really like Hocus Pocus. I think I watch it like every year.
That's
Good
a good
choice.
one.
Thank you. It's very fun. They would always show.
I agree. I love Halloween Town. Those are like all three of them. But the first one is like iconic. That's my favorite one. But Halloween Town, I don't know why. I guess it's one of my favorite shows from just when I was really young. And I still watch it every year.
Yeah, I also personally love Halloween Town, but I also do really like it's more of a Christmas movie, but The Nightmare Before Christmas. I adore the music in that. Yeah, and I also am a huge horror movie fan, so I like to go back and watch especially like 90s horror movies like Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street and all of those classics I love to go back to, or even watch like newer scary movies, except there's again not too many because of COVID, but when they're there.
You're so brave. I am not a scary movie person, but the scariest I'll get is Halloween Town. So
Yeah, Casey's hardcore. I remember because I have 3 older brothers, so growing up they would always watch like horror movies and stuff. So it would like stick into my brain like horror movie scenes. So to this day I'm scared of everything. Does that make sense? Like I'll walk by my bed and I think that some arms are gonna grab my ankles. So if you see me in my room, I run, I turn off the light and I run and I jump over like the crevice. I jump and I like hide under the blanket. I'm like, okay, no demons can get me now.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
Yeah, I want to get into horror movies. Like, I literally can't. I just can't like watch it because like it'll get stuck in my head. But I will literally look it up on Wikipedia. Like, I looked up like Us and like Hereditary and like Midsummer or whatever, and like it's still stuck in my brain because I read what happened, but it wasn't like visually seeing what was happening.
Yeah, so personally can't relate, but personally, I don't know what it is. Like I don't get really scared of horror movies because I think in my brain am always kind of reminded that like this isn't real. So that's where I sort of have the ability to detach, I guess. However, I will say if for some reason if there's creepy music, I'm running for the hills. Like you're not gonna catch me. I don't know what it is. I remember when I was in like middle school, I think I watched the Amityville Horror Story, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a horrific movie. It's just terrifying. And like nothing phased me throughout the entire movie. Like I was like unfazed, and then there was this one scene where they start playing like really ambient music, and like after the movie I wasn't phased, and then I went home after I saw it and I could not stop hearing it in my head, and I was like, oh my god, something bad's gonna happen.
It's always the music in the scary movies. I think that's what bothers me the most, and that's why I can't watch them. Like, it's the music because it'll stick with you. And I just congratulate you, or I applaud you for being able to watch scary movies. I wish I had that.
Thank you. And going back to scary movies, like Christine was saying, she mentioned Hereditary and Us. Those are probably 2 of my favorite newer horror movies. They are just incredible. I'm not going to recommend them to you guys to watch them because obviously it will freak you out. But those 2 movies like completely changed my life, even though they came out like maybe 2 years ago or maybe a year ago. But both of those movies were so crazy and so good.
Wow.
That's
That's
wild.
awesome.
Yeah, even like the other day, because like my friends were playing horror games, so I went to wash my face at night, and I looked up and I saw the monster behind me, and I was like, I hate this. Even like if I'm washing my face in the shower, I like have to open my eyes immediately because I think that there's a scene in The Shining where like there's a the thing with the
Yes.
knife. It's like right
Yes.
there in the shower. So I like look out the shower curtain really quick, and then I go back, and I'm like, I literally like it sticks with me forever, literally forever.
Oh, wow.
That's wild. But like I sound terrible because like even when I shower, I don't even think about it. I'm
Yeah, I think about it every time. As soon as I close my eyes, I'm like,
Just a quick like make sure.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the whole running. As soon as you turn off the light, I run for my bed and I just jump there and I'm like, okay, I'm here.
can't get me now.
Yeah, it's like the bed is the safe zone.
Yeah. Are you
But
guys
it
doing,
is.
Are you guys doing any fall festivities as like a last wrap up question?
I want to be as safe as possible with COVID, but usually my family and I, we go up to an apple like picking place and we go pick apples, and there are these amazing like apple cider donuts. They are the only donuts I will ever eat. And I don't know if we'll go this year because of COVID. We just want to be safe, but hopefully there is a plan for it. Yeah, that's usually kind of where I'm headed.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. Personally for me, I don't have anything like set in stone, but however, I would love to go apple picking. That sounds so cute. Um, for my fall like festivities, as long as I just get outside and like spend some time outside in the weather, I'm usually content with that. And then I usually dress up on Halloween, but obviously with the thing that's going on in the world that everybody has talked about, I'm probably not gonna like go crazy. I'm probably just gonna hang out in my room, dress up, take pictures, and then go to bed or watch a scary movie.
That sounds like a great plan. You can also dress up for Chipotle to get the burrito bowl. I don't know if they still do that,
True.
but they normally do.
Yeah, that's very true. Good point.
Yeah, very exciting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope I can paint some pumpkins. I really want to.
Oh, that
As
is
you
fun
should.
to do.
Yeah, I guess
That is fun.
we can end our show for today here. Thank you all for joining us today. As always, our show runs every Friday at 4 p.m. Don't miss out. And thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.